When you start that journey of self-discovery, you think it's almost going to be a bit of a magic wand and everything will be right in the world, but it really isn't. And every now and then the universe will send you little signs that you've got to keep putting the work in. Things change and you evolve, new things come up. I had exactly this happen yesterday and had a little bit of a mini meltdown trying to go through our money, sort the bills out, and there was a couple of things that I couldn't resolve. I was trying to cancel a couple of subscriptions, couldn't figure out where they were linked to, and instead of just stepping back because I was already in a bit of a unusual mood, I wasn't quite my normal self, I kept pushing on and got more and more wound up to the point where I nearly burst into tears. I had a headache and I felt really anxious and like I'd failed because I hadn't managed to resolve the issues that I'd been trying to resolve. So I kind of let myself go down that rabbit hole a little bit, which occasionally does still happen. But I did get to the point a couple of hours later and my husband came home and I thought, actually, do you know what? I need to share with him. I need to be more vulnerable. I'm a bit self-contained at times and I think I can deal with everything. So he knew something was wrong and asked. And I did share with him. I said, oh, I've just been really stressing about sorting our money out tonight. And I had a little bit of a cry, just a wee one for me. But it was really freeing to actually voice those concerns. And I admitted to him that I got myself on a bit of a tiz. And looking back now, I can see that it was kind of pointless. I let myself get into that situation. And just to prove, you got to be really careful what you're trying to do depending on your mood and what frame of mind you're in. The following day, I went and resolved both of those issues that I'd spent 2 to 3 hours working on the evening before and resolved them in about 15 minutes. Because I went in calm, I went in focused, I was able to problem solve much better and thought, oh, actually, let's have a look at this. Whereas I was so heads down, bums up the night before that I couldn't explore other options. I was convinced this was this and I couldn't get hold of the people I needed to speak to and just let myself get really frustrated. So this video is really just to share with you that it's okay if you still have those moments. We're still learning. We will always be learning about ourselves and the world around us. We'll always be growing. The goal isn't to stop those things happening. It's to recognize when they're happening and give yourself permission to maybe sit with it for a little while. It's okay to be in a bit of a sulk or to feel angry, frustrated. It's okay. You can't stop those things, and it's the full range of human emotion. You shouldn't try to stop them, and you won't anyway. But what it is, it's being able to sit with them and then step back and say, right, okay, I can see that this is happening. What do I need to do here? And that's when the clarity comes. Sometimes it's just a case of releasing it like I did with my husband. I let that anxiety and that frustration go. And then the next day, I faced it in a completely different state of mind and resolved it. So you are not alone if you feel frustrated at times, if you feel angry, if things get too much and you're overwhelmed. Remember, that's okay. That's life. That's normal. The work that we put into our self-development is about being able to recognize, to catch ourselves instead of going down that rabbit hole, which is still going to happen every now and then. But the goal is to be able to get ourselves out of there quicker. That's what we're aiming for. We're never going to stop those negative thoughts. We're never going to stop descending into a state of frenzy or chaos, frustration. But we can learn to observe ourselves, recognize our triggers, and bring ourselves back out of there. Give ourselves the space and come back to that thing that's causing us that anger or frustration. Come back to it when we're in a better state of mind.